What is up, guys? I'm Celeste Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, here to educate you on health, fitness, social well-being. And today, guys, I want to talk to you about what I mean when I say you have to live in the now, because a lot of people will take that saying and go to different extremes with it or have different perceptions of it. And I was actually going to save this topic for next week, but I received a message yesterday that made me think, wow, like the timing of this is crazy. I need to talk about this right now, get it out there. So hopefully you're watching this dude. I'm going to go ahead and read what this follower actually said to me on Instagram. I won't put his name out there just in case, you know, he doesn't want to be known for whatever particular reason, but what he basically said was, hey Marcellus, I wanted to hear what you had to say about this social well-being question. I'm 19 and I greatly appreciate all the positive things you do for others, both on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you, man, I appreciate you. Bettering people both physically and mentally. I truly look forward to your social well-being content to help myself develop into a better man and an overall better person. So the question is this: how am I supposed to live my life knowing that I could die any day? As of recently, I've not been working out at all. Not necessarily because I dislike working out, but I probably wouldn't want to spend my last day at the gym for 2.5 hours. I think I would rather spend that time with family and just trying to be more present within the moment. Should I not save money for a house? Should I not save money to go on family vacation? Should I not plan on getting married someday and raising my own family? So this is honestly like, it's an excellent question, because I feel like a lot of people do kind of take the whole live in the now to that extreme of don't worry about the future, don't plan for the future, you only have today, you only have right now, so just YOLO it and enjoy it, right? But that's not what I mean when I say live in the now. So what I want you guys to understand is that, first and foremost, whenever I talk to you guys about these different social well-being topics, it's things that either like, you know, pop up in my head or things that people ask me questions about. But the answers that I give are based off, one, a little bit of like, you know, just logic, and then two, primarily based off my own experience, things that I've gone through, things that I've learned in my life that I feel can be beneficial to you all. So when I'm saying to live in the now, I mean that people have a tendency of doing one of two extremes. Well, in this case, 3 extremes actually. The extreme that we just talked about, where they just YOLO everything and they don't think about the future, they don't care, they just do whatever that feels good right now, whatever's gonna give them a quick fix, temporary happiness, even if it can be detrimental for them long term. Obviously that's not what I mean. But the main 2 extremes that people get caught up in, guys, tend to be living in the past. They let everything they do right now be dictated by their past, or it's like they won't go for something they want right now because, oh, well, it didn't work out when I tried in the past, or they don't move forward from things that they've experienced in the past, negative circumstances, maybe negative people in their lives, and it keeps them from enjoying experiences today or from having healthy relationships with people today, because you're basing your interactions with someone based off interaction with somebody from your past. You're putting up those walls, things like that, right? So people basically get so caught up living in their past where they can't live in the present. And then the opposite extreme is people where, and there's nothing wrong with planning for your future, I'm gonna get into that, but people where everything they do is for potential happiness or future happiness. They'll make themselves completely miserable, grind as what they'll probably call it. I'm just grinding hard now so that I can be happy later. When the reality is, you don't know if you'll be here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So the idea of not enjoying anything in this moment and sacrificing all your happiness right now so that you can hopefully be happy later is just as an unhealthy and extreme. And the reality is, guys, you only have right now, right? Like when you wake up tomorrow, guess what? It'll still be right now. You know what I mean? So when I say live in the now, I simply mean that treat each day as if though it is your last day. That doesn't mean just to YOLO it and live life without restrictions or not plan. It simply means that in everything that you do in this day, do it to the fullest. When you go to work, do the best job you can do at work. When you're working out, give that workout your all. When you're spending time with friends and family, enjoy that moment with your friends and family as if though you may not see them tomorrow. That's what I mean by living in the now. I mean really, truly appreciating everything that you have for that given day, because as far as you know, that day is all you have. It doesn't mean that you neglect things in the future. If anything, if you're truly living in the now and you're really doing everything you're supposed to, as far as, hey, I'm gonna work really hard today as if it was my last day at work, or I'm gonna kill this work as if it was my last workout, that's gonna only help you potentially in the future anyway. You invest in things right now so that you can have a good future. So like the way I always try to look at it is, you want to learn from your past, focus on the present so you can have a future. Getting too caught up in your past means you're never gonna move forward. Getting too caught up and thinking about the future means that you may never have an actual future because you're not focusing on what you need to do right now. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't save money for a house or plan on getting married or anything like that. It's okay to have those plans, but it's understanding that you have to focus on what you got to do right now. Instead of being someone who's caught up in like, oh, I hope I find my future spouse one day, you need to focus on being the best person you can be right now, doing everything you can every single day you're given to build yourself up and be somebody worthy of that potential future spouse. That's what I mean by living in the now. Learn from your past relationships that you had. Don't get so caught up in how horrible your relationship was in the past to where, man, I don't even know if I want to have a relationship right now or a relationship in the future because things were so bad. Then no, learn from your past relationships or learn from your past experiences to make you a better person right now so that you can have a better potential future relationship or whatever that endeavor may be. Everything's about balance and moderation, guys. People are so quick to want to, put aside happiness right now. And this is like, for example, let's say it's one thing if you don't go on a trip right today, right? Because let's say your friends ask you to go on a trip last minute and you don't go on it because you just simply cannot afford to. You can't afford to. It's gonna really like hit you hard. You won't be able to pay your bills. Well, that would be stupid. You're gonna do something for temporary happiness right now that's gonna cause you like a few months worth of detriment because you can't pay your bills, get your electricity turned off, all that good stuff, right? But that's very different from maybe your friends tell you like, hey, let's go on a trip in a week, and you have the money to go, you can make the time to go, but you don't go because you think, oh, well, there's always next year, maybe I'll go next year. I'd rather like, I don't want to get out of my routine. You got to really evaluate what you want in life. For me, I would take that trip if I can afford to take the trip, because it's like, yeah, you want to save money and all that kind of stuff, but really money, resources is only as good as what we put it towards. It's those experiences that we have with our family, our friends, significant others. That's what really matters. So I'd much rather be like, yeah, I'll go on the trip so long as it's not going to cause me some type of long-term detriment, then go for it. That's what I mean by living in the now as an example. I don't know if that's great, but you guys know I do these social well-being things. I'm kind of just like talking like off the top of my head, but it's just understanding that when I say live each day as if though it's your last, I don't mean doing it out of fear. I don't mean out of fear of like, oh my God, I might not wake up tomorrow. I personally don't think about that or stress that, oh, I might die tomorrow. I don't. It's just more so that since I don't know what's gonna happen, I wanna really maximize everything that I do today. When I'm working with my clients, I wanna give them the best that I can, the highest quality that I can. When I'm working out, I wanna go in there and kill it and do everything that I'm supposed to, the way that I'm supposed to, be as technically efficient as I can, hit my RPEs and stuff like that. When I'm hanging out with my friends and family, I wanna be in the moment and enjoying it with them, not just being on my phone or going through social media. I wanna actually enjoy the time that I have with them. It doesn't mean that I neglect things that are gonna impact me later in life. You don't start neglecting responsibilities. If anything, you value responsibilities even more. That's the thing. There's like, it's very subjective from person to person as far as what you value, but there's nothing wrong with planning for the future. It's just don't get overly consumed with it. In the same way that there's nothing wrong with learning from your past, but don't be so overly obsessed with it. You gotta be in the present moment. That's all I mean by that, guys. And I hope I make that clear. I hope that makes sense. To the guy who sent me this message, I hope this really helps you out. I'm not telling you to drop out of college or to not save or plan for anything. I'm just saying, have your plan. Go ahead and have your plan for your life. But just know that you gotta take each day just as that, one day at a time. Understand that certain things may come at you that may throw a wrench in your plans. You may have to adapt your plan. Where you thought you'd be 5 years from now, you may not be there from 5 years from now. You may be somewhere else completely different, but that's okay so long as you adapt, you take each day as it comes, and just do your best to enjoy everything that life has to offer you in the present moment. There's a right and wrong way to go about that. I'm not saying to go out there and just do a bunch of crazy stuff that's gonna like harm you, but whatever your usual day, usual routine is, just do it to the fullest. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's it for the video. Hope that all made sense. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you did. If you did not, leave a comment down below. Let me know what I can do to get better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch y'all later.